there, it's Nicole for Lawnfawn, and today I'm going to share some stitched ornament gift tags that I've adorned with Nouveau crystal drops. These gift tags were created with the awesome new stitched ornaments die collection from Lawnfawn. And what's fantastic is not only can you create die cut ornament shapes, but you could also create windows using this because the stitching line is on both sides. So this window I created in the fancy box, I used it more as an inlay style window, which you could totally do very easily on a card. I am a huge fan of gift tags during the holiday season. I generally make lots of them. I share lots of videos and projects or a blog post with gift tags because I use a lot of them during the holidays. What I've really been loving this year is not only creating the tags, but packaging them cute. Whether you keep them for yourself or you give them as a gift, this is a great way to give them as a gift. It's kind of a cool idea to create your own packaging. I did go ahead and die cut a bunch of the ornaments in the medium and large size. There's going to be 5 of each, 2 per tag, and I die cut these from Lawnfawn cardstocks. I've got Ballet Slippers, Chili Pepper, Mermaid, Peacock, and Narwhal cardstock here. For whatever reason, this seems to be my go-to color palette for Christmas this year. I can't really explain it, but each year I seem to be drawn to a certain color palette, and this year it must be this. This color palette has been around for a while. It kind of comes and goes. I call it the more contemporary Christmas color palette, but it's bright, it's fun. I'm looking forward to finding wrapping papers that will go with this great. What is fantastic about this stitched ornament stamp set, this first ornament I'm going to share with you, it inspired all of the rest. I used that kind of flower shape, and it's just a stitching shape. Die cut it from one side of the tag. You can see I did stamp the to and from on the backs using the Tiny Tag Saying stamp set and just black ink. I have die cut this flower shape, then I've taken the mini snowflake dies from Lawnfawn, die cut a snowflake from white cardstock, and I'm going to start assembling these. I'm using Ranger Multi-Matte Medium. It dries matte, so it's not going to leave a glossy finish or anything like that. And I really need to get a fine tip applicator for this. And I'm layering snowflakes. So the white snowflake comes from the mini snowflakes die collection, which I believe maybe came out last year, I want to say. And then the red snowflake here was die cut from the stitched ornaments. I love the look of the layering. The top of the ornament, the silver sparkle paper there, was die cut from some glitter cardstock. And then there's 2 of those for each ornament as well. Not only do I want these to be pretty on the front, but I want them to be pretty on the back. This is especially true if you wanted to decorate both sides and make them ornaments rather than gift tags. I think that would be amazing. I also think that these could be used as such. They could be used for decoration by the recipient if they wanted to, or consider stringing them all on a beautiful decorative ribbon or something to create a banner. I think that would be fun. Maybe mixed in with some greenery or something around a fireplace. Lots of ways to use this amazing die set. It looks great on cards. It's sized perfectly. It would look amazing to create an ornament border on a scrapbook page. Lots and lots of ways to use this. Now, like I was mentioning, this particular ornament inspired all the rest. Once I had my layered snowflakes, I originally was just going to use cardstock and, maybe a couple things here and there to decorate them, but I felt like the red snowflake needed something in the middle, so I added some Nouveau crystal drops in Simply White. After I did that, I thought, well, maybe I should add some more Nouveau crystal drops. So I took the red berry and I added a few more drops. And then I added a few more. Now this ornament probably by far has the least Nouveau crystal drops on it. I also want to mention right off the bat, this is not a project that you can do and expect to use right away. These are going to have to sit and dry. In fact, I let mine dry overnight, didn't even get to them till after lunchtime the next day to photograph and everything. I just tried not to handle them at all so that the Nouveau Crystal Drops would harden really well. I threaded through a little white string through the top. You could use whatever you want, and made the little gift tag. So here's what it's going to look like finished. And like I mentioned, this one definitely had the least Nouveau Crystal Drops, and you're going to see that going forward. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. This one has some hearts inlay. Again, all these dies are from the Stitched Ornaments die collection, and I'm going to put in some different colored of hearts, but I added those stitching marks by just running through those stitching dies on the ornament through my die cutting machine, and it adds the stitching detail. To dress this up even more, this was the second ornament I did, and this one I thought, well, I'll add some little white dots in between those two stitching lines and add glossy accents to the hearts, and we'll see what that looks like. Not thinking, I guess, it's funny how projects evolve, I guess, as you're working on them, and I tend to go over the top. So then I thought, well, that looks good. Let's add another row of Nouveau Crystal Drops. I was really just going to do it between the two stitching lines above and below the hearts. And then I thought, well, I'll add another one here. And as I started decorating these, it felt a lot like those, I want to say cookie decorating videos you can see on Facebook and stuff. But there's also all these little, I don't know what it's really called, but the little dot artists and stuff. Videos you can watch. I absolutely am enthralled with them. I think they're fantastic. And it started to feel a little bit like that. And I really liked how it looked on the ornaments. Couldn't get over what a huge difference it makes. I'm using tweezers to pinch the tops together on my ornaments, by the way, because I wanted it to be really nice and tight. So I would just hold it in place until the glue dried. So we're going to work on the next one now. And I'm going to go ahead and put the tag topper on first. Both front and back. Gives it a nice finished look. We'll flip this one over. Now this one is going to be a little different. There's no inlay. There's no stitching that's going to be added to the front of the tag, but instead this great little argyle border from the Stitched Ornaments collection. I'm going to go ahead and attach it. This was die cut from Peacock cardstock, layered right through the middle of the design on the mermaid cardstock ornament. And I want to put the inlay in this die cut border. So even though the argyle isn't an inlay style, there will be just a tiny bit of inlay with those three little diamond shapes in the middle here. But I also want to use this great little starburst die from the Stitched Ornaments collection. And I added little peacock die cut pieces there above and below the argyle. Again, everything is attached with Ranger Multi-Matte Medium. I wanted to make sure and keep it, I didn't want it to be shiny per se, other than maybe the glossy accents on the hearts on some of the ornaments. So if any of the glue does come out, I wanted it to be kind of hidden. I'm going to put little dabs of glue in the diamond shapes, and then I'm going to use a quick stick tool to pick up those little tiny pieces and put them inside for the inlay. Then I thought it would be kind of cute to put something on top of the peacock little pieces here, and I really liked how that looked. So even though those solid diamonds did not die cut, I decided to add those die cut pieces on top. Plus, I'm going to add Nouveau Crystal Drops to this as well. So I'm going to go ahead and add little dabs of glue, add those diamonds in Ballet Slippers this time. So it's a alternating chili pepper and ballet slippers cardstock, little diamond pieces. And then I'm going to take Nuvo crystal drops and decorate the rest of my ornament. And I'm using that straight edge of my quick stick tool to remove any glossy accents that might be coming out from underneath those die cut pieces. It looks great even as is. You can do as simple or as elaborate as you want. Like I said, for whatever reason, I kind of went over the top crazy. Once I got started, I couldn't stop. It was really addictive and really, really fun. Now I'm going to take the Simply White, which is my favorite. It's new to me. I'm sure it's been out for a while, but the Simply White Nuvo crystal drops are amazing. I absolutely love them. I'm going to add little drops, and I just built on it as I went. I wasn't quite sure when I started what I wanted to do, and I just would kind of build upon the design as I finished it. So this one is pretty well done now. I did go in and add some bubblegum blush, little drops, and a few more of the red berry. And there is another completed ornament. I'll show a few more here. That die cut kind of florally shape, or that stitched florally shape, I should say, is just the perfect size for those mini snowflakes. The largest size in the mini snowflakes die collection fits within it perfectly, and it's just a great background for building out. I like to layer the snowflakes then, and then simply build from there. And as I continued making these ornament gift tags, I think they got more and more elaborate, and I liked the idea of doing kind of a gradual, smaller sized drops coming out from some of the points. Different color combinations. I would start doing one thing, and then I would kind of build upon that. I did keep to just the 3 colors of Nuvo crystal drops. I considered pulling in some Caribbean Ocean, the kind of turquoisey color that I think would look nice with the peacock cardstock. I think that's the closest color it would be to. And I just opted not to. I even had it out on my desk, and I just decided I didn't really need to pull that in. I liked the 3 colors I had, so I stuck to those. Here is another ornament with the inlay hearts. It's going to be very, very similar to the blue one I did. I tried to repeat for a few of these. There are 10 tags in total, 20 actual ornament die cut pieces, since each tag has a front and a back, 20 of the tag toppers. There are 2 sizes of tag toppers in the stitched ornaments, a large and a small. The large fits the large and medium ornaments, and then the small fits the smallest ornament. And then there's borders, there's the cross-stitch borders. There's even like a little string with a bow. So if you wanted to put this on a card front, it would look like it was hanging there without the addition of actual string if you didn't want to add an dimensional embellishment. There's the little kind of starburst, a snowflake, the stitching floral shape. Just a really awesome die collection. And I was kind of living dangerously here, is what I call it, since I did some of my gluing after I did the Nuvo crystal drops. I hardly ever do that because I'm always afraid I'll put my hand right in it. I've done it before, which ruins the project. But I was, I guess, like I said, living dangerous. Now, on some of these smaller ones, I went to town. I really decorated them. So much fun. This one's very similar to the large one that I showed you earlier. Go ahead and secure the front and back together. Put a white dot in the middle. The more vertical you hold your Nuvo crystal drops, the better drop you're going to get. It's going to be more rounded and flat. You can also tap the back of your project to help flatten them out if some of them are not flattening. So I went ahead and finished the rest of these. There's, of course, more detailed photos on my blog and at the beginning and the end of this video, so you can see all of the detail shapes. But to package these up, I have die cut a fancy box, which this is a previously released lawnfawn collection. I die cut this from Mermaid cardstock and die cut that smallest ornament from the cover of the box. I'm going to back this with some acetate, or clear transparency rather. And then I can decorate that little window so that the packaging is as cute and pretty as what's inside. Plus, it really shows you what is inside. If you're going to give this as a gift, if you were giving like these as ornaments to someone, wouldn't this be pretty packaging? And I love pretty packaging. I think it's so much fun. Lawnfawn has lots of great packaging options. So I'm going to decorate this window with a little snowflake. I have the little ornament topper. I did not glue it at the very top so I could thread some string through and tie it in a little bow. But I'm going to use Nuvo crystal drops right on that acetate window as well. Decorate that all up so that it's super cute and fun. Now, two of my pink drops, you can see they're kind of ran together because it didn't come out in a drop shape. I actually let it dry all the way, popped it off, and redid it. Thanks for joining me today for these stitched ornaments gift tags, all wrapped up in a pretty little gift box. For more information, please visit the Lawnfawn blog. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.